Hello everyone, this is Ippe and now we are back in Angels with Scaly Wings. And last time we were left in chapter 2. Another day, another morning. I awoke from dreams filled with fire and smoke. The sun shining through the window gave me a comforting feeling of familiarity, despite the portal in the distance reminding me of my purpose here. I looked towards the horizon, my view undisturbed by dividing walls. The light of the morning sun was painting the sky with golden hues, a view that had become a rarity back home. It evoked a feeling of freedom and openness that was almost scary to me. While I got ready for the day, my thoughts strayed to the people I knew back home. I couldn't help but wonder how they were doing. But I had greater things to worry about at the moment, like Redsa, murders and generators. How much danger was I in, really? Hey, Ippe. Hey, Chief. More bad news? Not quite, unless you count Redsa still missing as a bad news. But that's kind of why I'm here. Well, what is it? Just some good old-fashioned police work, and we're counting on your help. Again. Sir, sign me up. Great. We obtained a list of places Redsa visited the days before he vanished. We'll check those out, maybe find a lead, and you might help us understand his motivations or give us some context to his actions. I can certainly try. I'm sure you'll do a great job. That is Ria's theory. Are you ready to go? Sir, let's go. There's a couple of places we can check out. Let's see where we should go first. While Bruce focused on his list, I saw someone approach out of the corner of my eye. A closer look revealed that it was Sebastian, waving his arm in an attempt to get our attention as he ran towards us, his face grave. There you are, Chief. I was looking for you. What are you doing here? Don't tell me there's another dead person. Sorry, Chief. There is. Damn. I guess it's going to be one of those days. Yeah, looks that way. Someone else can take care of that today, though. We've got other plans. You'll need to sign off on a few things at least. I know. We'll go to the crime scene, sign a few forms, and then we're out. When he arrived at the scene, I saw the poor victim next to one of the houses. The obligatory sheet that was draped over him provided a modicum of discretion, but did nothing to hide the crime that had occurred. Alright, give me the story. It's an interesting one, that's for sure. The wounds match of those of the last victim, so a similar, if not identical, murder report is likely. The victim? Maintenance person for this area, and the electricity is out. The power goes out, maintenance guy shows up and is killed before he can fix the problem. At least that's my theory. So the power of the fall block is still out? That is correct. We should get that fixed as soon as possible. We don't need civilians roaming up around here complaining about sitting in the dark. Good point. Bruce's snout wrinkled with distaste as he glanced over Sebastian's shoulder. Damn, not again. What is it? What are you doing here, Maverick?
A second victim, huh?
This is an official investigation, so you better not cross that police line.
Shunned by my own colleges. This is ridiculous.
You know how it is. Rules are rules. And without rules, murders like this one would be allowed to happen and go unpunished.
Tick. Have your fun without me, then.
What do you think he wanted here, Chief? That one's easy. To do his own investigation, just like he said he would. I shouldn't be surprised he showed up, but I guess we're lucky we arrived before he did. I agree. We better check out that power outage now. Of course. I think the door to the maintenance room is right around here. You got your flashlight, Sip? Always, Chief. You should go first then. I don't have my stuff here. Besides, putting on that head mount is such a hassle. I remember. You complain about that every time it comes up. There, that should do the trick. You just stay behind me, alright? Okay. Yeah, I hate stairs, especially those made for smaller dragons like you. Trust me, having it the other way around isn't too great either. Nah, I say nothing. This kinda reminds me of when we found an underground base, or whatever it was. Remember, Chief? How could I not? It wasn't that long ago. An underground base? Underground base? Oh yeah, the portal wasn't the only piece of ancient technology we found. There was also this whole lab near it. Seemed to have some high-tech stuff in there. At least that place didn't have as many stairs. Wait, so you not only found the portal, but a full facility along with it. This is getting interesting. Yes, but we're not sure how much the two are actually related. We spent all the time studying the portal and barely got anywhere with it. This stuff is just beyond what we know. Here we are. So what exactly are we looking for? Whatever's causing the power outage. If we don't find the cause, we should at least be able to get back up running. Looks like the generator is gone. Mystery solved. The sound of creaking metal penetrated the stillness in the room of the room. I looked above toward the source of the noise as it grew louder, and in the next instant I was pushed sideways and fell to the ground, just barely avoiding the giant light fixture that fell from the ceiling and shattered into countless pieces alongside me. Ippe, are you alright? The next thing I saw was a hooded figure standing above me, barely visible against the darkness that permeated the room. Retsa? The figure crouched down next to me, its mask hovering right in front of my face. Barely a whisper reached my ears when it spoke. Be careful, Ippe. Then the figure dashed towards the stairs. Where are you going? That's not me. Don't move. He's going up the stairs. I'm on it. I didn't see the chair coming. I can't see a damn thing in here. Here, Chief. I hate these stupid stairs. You're blocking them. Just go around me. There's no room. You're as far as the stairs are. I can't help it. Damn it. We'll never catch him now. By the time we found our way back up, the mysterious figure was nowhere to be found. We got a long search ahead of us, and with a herd start like that, there might be no end to it. We had to take our chances as long as we still can. We accept that chances grow smaller and smaller while we wait for the team to arrive. What even happened down there? Right, tell us everything in as much detail as you can. There wasn't much to it. I heard a noise, I looked up, the light fixture came down, and then someone pushed me. You mean Retsa? Well, I guess so. Who else? What do you mean? Didn't you see him? Whoever it was wearing a mask. It bloody well can't be someone else, so let's not kid ourselves here. Why would we wear that whole get-up though? He didn't want to be recognized, I guess. That's a bad excuse when there are only 2 humans here. Well, that is true. This whole thing doesn't make any sense. Let's take a step back and look at the bigger picture. Your earlier theory about what happened was pretty sound, Sebastian. Let's go with that and add the bit about the generator being stolen. So, now the question is, who has the motive for stealing a generator? Reza? There is no one else. Right, who else would... I guess I can read minds or something. Who else would need to steal a generator when those who live here could either buy or even simply request one? Not to mention, Reza was the one who arranged the diplomatic raid for the generators in the first place. I can't deny the fact that the generators are pretty important to us, but resorting to murder? We all saw the human figure running away. Well, why would he have stayed here if he stole it? Why would he remain here if he was the one who stole it? The generator was already gone when we got here, and the person in question wasn't carrying it either. Perhaps this is the case where the criminal has returned to the crime scene. For this kind of crime, I'd say no, but who knows? Maybe our rules just don't apply anymore. What do you mean? No offense, but ever since you 2 humans arrived, there have been a lot of strange things going on. This place used to be a quiet town. Well, so you think it was Reza? Honestly, things aren't looking great for him right now. It's still our top priority to find him, but after what we've seen here today, I'm not sure what will happen when we do. I just don't want to give you any false hope, you know. I see. Maybe we should just focus on finding him and point fingers later. Agreed. The police team will be here any minute now. You know how to get involved with the search, but that doesn't mean you can't help us. What do you want me to do? We still had a list of places we were going to check out, remember? We can't go now, the search takes priority. Of course we'll still check out those places after we're done here, but if you go on your own you can speed up the process. You could even find a lead for us, who knows? Huh, sort of thing. Great. Here's the list. Considering your status, you shouldn't have any trouble in these places, but if anything happens, call me and I'll check up on you later. Wait a minute, you mean I'm going all by myself? All of us are going to be busy with the search and we can't really afford to spare someone right now. You'll be fine. Aren't you worried I'll do something fishy? I mean, isn't that why Reza and I were assigned police escorts in the first place? That policy was mostly Maverick's fault, and he's out of the picture. With my authority as a chief, I say you can go alone. I already know where you're going, and besides I trust you. If you were in cahoots with Reza, you would have run off with him when you had the chance. Good point. I see the team approaching. Guess you're ready to going. Alright, I'll see you later then. Good luck. It was a relief to leave the crime scene, considering all that had happened. When I reached into my pocket to take a look at the list, however, I found something unexpected. It was a small piece of paper with the word Tatsu written on it. How did it get there? My earlier encounter with the masked person was the only time today someone was close enough to smuggle something into my pocket. I figured if someone like Bruce tried to do something like that, I definitely would have noticed. As for Tatsu, the only related thing I could think of was Tatsu Park, which I had come across when I went to the police station the other day. Even if that park was the place the mysterious paper referred to, I didn't know if it was actually a good idea to visit. The masked person may have saved me from the falling light fixture, but if it was Reza, it would mean following someone who was also the prime suspect of 2 murders. I also had to consider the list of places Retsa had been to, a local grocery store, the production facility we had visited, and the library were the 3 places closest to here. It certainly was going to be a busy day, and I knew I wouldn't have the time to visit all of them. What should I do? I can't stop about thinking the Tatsu Park. Tatsu Park, here I am. I don't know what I'm even looking for though. This park is dedicated to our creator, to whom we owe our sentience and existence. As it is our duty to remember, this place honors them every day with its beauty and remains a place of recreation and contemplation to all of us. Alright. Look at the map. This park is bigger than I thought. I could go on towards Tatsu Avenue, which apparently is a nice spot to look at the landscape, or south of the political district. Where should I go? Let's not go anywhere just yet. Let's search. Yeah, this is totally one of those strange or suspicious. Here we go. I found some dirt. There doesn't seem to be anything else here. You found a handful of dirt. Wow. You never know what you'll find around the pavilion. Let's do this. There doesn't seem to be anything important here, but at least it provides excellent shade. I guess there isn't really anything here. Let's go north. Rest on the bench. There is no time for resting. Open the hatch. Let's first examine. I don't recognize the species of this tree. Well, open the hatch. This looks interesting. On the metal covering of the hatch, there are 2 buttons which are situated to the left and the right of a central circle lever. The arrow on the lever is pointing up. Press buttons. Turn. Aha, this is either a combination or... What if this is a combination? If this is a combination, then there is quite many things to do. The arrow on the lever is now pointing down. I have no idea what I am doing. I just as well quit. Wait, what? Huh. Well, it seems I got it open. I looked down to see the maintenance tunnels for the underground drain system. A pale uplit starlight contrasted against the pitch-black backdrop. It's a cloth with suspicious red markings all over it. You acquired a bloody bandage. I guess that's all to be found down here. That's a good find. A very good find indeed. I guess that's everything then. I found quite a good lead or something. I don't think I'll find anything else here. But then again, if Retsa was that... Well, that was Retsa, who else could it be? And then again, there's only 2 humans here. Why would he want to help me? This is getting interesting. But where next? Let's visit the library. Alright, Retsa, what did you want here? Hey, it's Remy. I already told you, it's not here. Who's he talking to? Adine? What you heard about an old friend? Friend? This is the first time you spoke to me in years. And whose fault is that? For you, I didn't even exist these last few years. At least I tried to reach out to you. No, you're just here because you want something.
right here, right now, and you still continue to act like that. She was my friend too, you know. I think you should leave. For what it's worth, I'm sorry. For everything. It's a little late for apologies. Have it your way then.
It had torn out so quickly that she didn't even notice me. I waited a few moments and wondered if it was a good time to talk to Remy. In the end, I decided that my task was too pressing to come back at another time. I shuffled through books and tried to look busy until I noticed he resumed his work, so I would approach him.
Oh, hello Ippe, good to see you. Do you need anything?
Well, has Reza been here recently?
Reza? He's there quite often since he arrived actually. Until a few days ago, that is.
Do you know what he was reading?
Not particularly. I thought he just wanted to learn about our world.
Did you notice anything unusual about him while he was here?
Can't say I did, though he did ask me for a map once.
A map?
Yes, I showed him a few, but none of them seemed to be what he was looking for.
Did he talk to you about anything strange while he was here?
Besides the maps, nothing else worth mentioning comes to mind. One of the usual pleasantries.
I don't really know if I should ask that, but how are you doing?
I'm not sure, to be honest. There are a lot of things on my mind right now.
Like what?
I'm not at liberty to discuss them at the moment. I'm supposed to be working, you know.
Yeah, that's all. Thanks for your help.
You're welcome.
The afternoon sun hung low in the sky, and I decided it was time to report my findings to the police. A brief call to the department. I was on my way to an appointment with Sebastian. I'm not sure how my findings will help, but at least I have something. Look what we have here. What? I turned around to see Maverick. His intense gaze confirmed that there was no one else his words could have been directed at. Even with the civilians passing by in the background, I suddenly felt very alone. What do you want from me?
Answers.
Yeah, sir. Let's go make him more mad. Okay, then start talking.
Just tell me one thing. Why? What is your goal in all of this? Why even come here?
Well, you know why. We came as ambassadors.
No. That won't do. That's simply not true. You know it, and I know it. I just don't get why you can't be honest with me, even when you know no one else is listening. You know I can't touch you. If I did, it would be over for me. At least as long as I don't have any proof. In the end, what difference does it make if I know? No one is going to believe me anyway. Do you wish to kill me too? Like Reza?
You know, Maverick, I would never do such a thing.
Is that so? Tell me, why would an ambassador need such a dangerous tool in the first place? I know you claim not to have one of these things Reza injured me with, and you didn't have any when they searched you, but I guess it's way too late for safety precautions at this point. You could have hidden one anywhere. That damn hurt, you know. But even worse than that was getting thrown aside by Bruce. I trust him, but after what happened, he doesn't trust me anymore. Now there's only you, the musical, the special, the new. How much I wish I could make him see what I see. I could save the world with what I did that day, and it still wouldn't matter when no one believes me, just because I don't have any proof.
Talking with Maverick's voice starts to hurt a little.
But I won't stop until I find some. And when I do, I'm gonna be a damn hero.
And with that, he was gone. On the way to the police station, Maverick's words kept finding their way back into my mind. I couldn't decide how to feel about them. I wasn't even sorry if it was worth mentioning to the police, since all he did was make vague accusations. It wasn't anything substantial enough to be considered a threat. However, his actions were growing more calculated, and he seemed very sure of himself. I wondered about what this could amount to. But that wasn't the problem at hand. Hey, Ippe. Hey, Sebastian. I thought I'd meet you at the front desk. What are we doing in Bryce's office? He does have a nice office, doesn't he? And the chairs are comfy. Is that the only reason we're in here? The dragon gave a brief chuckle. Let's just say that any information pertaining to this case is important enough to warrant some privacy. I see. Will Bruce be here anytime soon? I don't think so. He's still outside looking for Red Sun. He's not the kind of person who gives up so easily. That sounds like him. She should have given up hours ago. Can't we help? Can't we help? There's only so much we can do. I was out searching too until I came to meet you. At this rate, it doesn't look like we'll find him today. He could be anywhere, long gone beyond our reach. What do you think? To be honest, I don't know. I have no idea what he's doing or what his plan is, really. I wonder what will happen to our trade agreement now, considering Reds are still missing, the murderers and the stolen generator. If Reds really is the murderer, then... Don't do that. What? Hurry. You don't know what's at stake here. People are dead, but do you think I don't know that? Reds may be a prime suspect, but he's also a missing person. For all we know, he could be a victim. Maybe someone is making him do this. My point is, we don't know the facts yet. What we need to do is find him and find the murderer. We'll find Reds and go from there. We'll figure it out. Thanks, Sebastian. Anyway, you said you had some information for us. So what did you find? The bandage you found is something, alright. Of course it could be anyone's, but why would someone discard theirs in a place like that? It seems suspicious to me and is certainly worth checking out. I'll make sure it gets to the right place. The map in the library. I don't know what to think about that. He could need a map to plan something of, I suppose. But who knows what he really wants to do with it. It's the kind of deal that on its own might not tell us much, but could be crucial later on. Well done, Ippe. That gives us some solid points from which we can continue our investigation. You did well on the second investigation. In any case, thanks for your help. We really do appreciate it. You're welcome. That should be all then. Since Bruce still hasn't come back, I assume the search is still going on, and I better get out there and help you. Guess it's going to be a long day. Can you find your way back to your apartment? Of course. Alright, I'll see you later. Good luck. Finally some free time. Whatever am I going to do? Looks like there are some messages on the answering machine. Let's see.
Please leave a message after the beep. Gotcha. You thought that was your answering machine, but it was me, Adine. I know we talked about me coming over again, but I thought, why not mix it up and you come to me instead? I mean, it's not like I'd use your excuse and pretend to order something from you. After all, you don't even have anything to sell or deliver, unless... Well, I don't think you're that kind of person. Oh, I do hope this is the right number or someone's going to be very confused.
Well, she did get the right number. I'm still confused. Well. Whatever I'm going to do, well, Adine called me, so I guess I should go there then. This should be the right address.
I'm coming. Oh, it's you. I was expecting someone else. You're a little early.
Yeah, I didn't know how long it would take me to get here. Better early than late, right? Now who is this one? And who might that be?
This is Emily. She's the one the kids I work with.
Hello, Emily.
Say hi, Emily. Hello. I just had to bring her back to the orphanage real quick. Feel free to make yourself at home in the meantime, okay?
But sir, you met Emily. So this is where you live, Adine. Small but cozy.
I'm back.
That was quick.
Being able to fly does have its perk, you know.
Wait, you flew her back?
Well, I'm a delivery flyer.
She doesn't get scared or anything?
Not at all. She's such a brave little girl.
So what exactly is it that you do at the orphanage?
I'm a volunteer. I help them out with whatever they need and sometimes take care of the kids. They only have so many social workers. The radio is about one social worker for every 10 children, so it's good for the kids to spend some time one-on-one with someone they know. I guess you could almost call it babysitting, but for the kids, we basically become foster parents. The older they get, the less likely they are to be adopted. She might be too old to be considered soon.
What a shame.
Yeah, I know. I'm worried about what will happen to her if she doesn't find a family. We will still take care of her, of course, but it's not quite the same as having parents. I don't mind her myself, but I don't think I could care for her properly. Not a single parent with my packed work schedule. I still volunteer as often as I can, because if I don't, who will? Someone needs to be there for those kids.
That's really nice of you.
Yeah, that's very nice of you. Thanks. But for me, it's not about being nice. I almost feel obligated to help, you know? Anyway, let's talk about something else less depressing.
Agreed. Like what?
Let me think. Oh, I just remembered that someone died here recently.
Here in your apartment?
No, not here, silly. It was close though. Barely a block from here.
Right, the murder of the maintenance guy. I remember that.
Wait, it was a murder? I didn't know that. I thought it was an accident or something. That's terrible.
Sorry for mentioning it.
Finding the first victim was already bad enough for me, and now I had to hear there was another murder in town. I wish I could get some good news for once.
Well, at least it wasn't you who was murdered.
That's a strange way of looking at it, but you have a point. That reminds me, I've got something I wanted to try on you.
Try on me?
It's nothing too dramatic. I read this magazine the other day. I found a few interesting articles.
Using her partial hands, she held up a magazine to show me its cover. A rather bold-looking female was presented on the front, adorned with trinkets like rings and jewels. Various headlines gave me an idea of the content within. It reminded me a lot of the typical gossip magazines back home. Lifestyle, a magazine of modern people.
This issue came up with a set of fortune cards.
I'm not really sure what to expect.
Isn't that the full fun of it? What should we look at first?
You decide? I guess.
Alright, let's see. Here, this article talks about dreams and what they mean. Have you had any strange or recurring dreams lately?
From these... they are sometimes nonsense.
Well, according to this article, that means you're a really creative person.
Well, thank you. Good to know. What about your dreams?
It kind of feels like they're different every night. Most of them are nonsense, and sometimes I dream of people I used to know. What do you make of this?
I don't know.
Even the article concludes that scientists haven't figured out exactly why we dream. It's a big mystery. Alright, let's move on.
Oh, I thought you meant moving on for the magazine.
Don't be such a surpass. There's some interesting stuff in here.
That green stuff wasn't so bad. And why there's always the trash can? If you want to be mean. a meanie. Then there's...
See, I told you this was going to be fun.
What's next?
A personality test? Did you always want to know what kind of relationship would suit you?
Well... The trash can appears again. Sir, why not?
Let's find out. Okay, first question. In a relationship, what role do you take?
I prefer to take the reins. My partner should be the leader. I like to switch it up every once in a while. I like to switch it up.
Variety is the spice of life, right?
Moving on to the next question. Wait, aren't you going to answer the questions too?
I'll take the test after you. I didn't want to keep track of both our scores at once.
Alright.
Question number 2. What is your favorite dessert?
Chocolate cream cake, lemon ice cream, coconut shuffle, red hot chili cookies. What does this question have to do with relationships? Chocolate. Chocolate.
An all-time classic. Who doesn't like chocolate cake? Here's the next question. What is your dream job?
Farmer, business person, stay-at-home parent. From these 3... Stay at home. Spend time with children.
I'm with you on that one, but does it really qualify as job?
Are you questioning the almighty magazine?
Forget I said anything. How many more
questions are there?
That's all of them.
Oh, it was quite quick.
Now to look at the results. Oh, it says here that the results are outlined in the weight loss booklet that came with the magazine, but I already threw that away.
Oh. Guess we'll never find out what kind of relationship would suit me. What a shame what you do that. Guess we'll never find out.
Yeah, how else would you know?
There's no other way. I'll be at loss for the rest of my life.
But now we get to the best part, the fortune cards.
That's what I was looking forward to. Do we really have to do that? You know, that stuff's not real. But that's what I was looking forward to.
Me too.
How is that supposed to work anyway? I mean, they're just cards. How can they predict the future?
Apparently, there are different schools of thought regarding the use of fortune-telling cards. The cards themselves don't know anything, they're just a tool. So the information actually comes from somewhere else.
But where, though?
Well, one interpretation is that it's our subconscious who gives us the answer that we seek. Similar to how dreams can be interpreted, the interpretation of the cards is very dependent on the person itself and the symbols they recognize in the cards' images. We recognize images that are relevant to our lives, and that gives us an idea about ourselves and current problems. However, that is just the most grounded interpretation out there. People usually associate something with more paranormal with fortune cards. One of those explanations is that the cards are our way to communicate with a higher being, a paranormal entity that knows more than we do and can give us subtle, not just using the cards.
And who will that be?
The explanations range from ghosts to angelic beings, one even with humans.
Really?
Yeah, people would say you could communicate with humans this way. And then there was also something they called higher self.
Higher self? How come you know so much about this?
Because I read the article about it.
Oh.
Okay, what should I draw for you?
Why don't I get to be able... Hold on. Why don't I get to be the one who's reading the fortune?
Because I paid for this magazine, so the cards are mine.
Okay. So what are my options?
I could read your past, present, or future. What is it going to be?
Well, this is rather interesting. Future... Well, everyone wants to know their future. Past, I already know my past.
What about the present?
Let's go with the present.
Let's see what it says about the present. According to this, understanding our present situation is paramount to understanding the future, as what we do now influences the future that will become our present. Ah, this is interesting.
What does it mean?
Crossroads are ahead of you. Be wary of your decisions, for the consequences may be dire. Careful actions may have rewarding results, but carelessness could have consequences reaching further than you might think. At least, that's what the description says. What's your opinion on this?
I feel like this is totally true. I'm not sure what this could mean. This is very generic. I feel like this is totally true. I do choices every day. I feel like this is true, especially if you consider what it means for me to be here. I'm aware that whatever I do here could impact a lot of lives. And exactly. I do choices in this game too. And those will affect what people will think of me. I guess if I'm a mean person, people won't like me. Huh. That's a nice way to, give a hint what will happen in this game if you are careless.
I see. In that case, I agree that you should be very careful. I guess that's everything the magazine has to offer.
What a shame. This certainly was interesting. How you can finally put it in the trash. The trash can appears again. But it's a shame that the magazine is over.
I could try to find the diet booklet if you're that desperate to find out the personality test results.
Please don't.
Alright. So, do you have anything interesting going at the moment? I can imagine what ambassador life is like.
It's been busy. I thought this whole thing would go by quickly and without any mishaps. But now it seems like there's always something happening.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I figured I'd come here, do the exchange, and leave again. But apparently it's not that easy.
It never is.
You speak like you had experience as an ambassador.
Well, no, but doing deliveries is similar. People order something, I fly to them, we exchange the product for payment, and then I go back. It's basically the same thing.
Yeah, sir.
But things always go wrong. For example, imagine you had 2 deliveries to make and the first one goes smoothly, okay?
I'm imagining that very hard right now.
Alright, so you get to the destination of the second delivery, and they actually check what you're handing them. It turns out that you mixed up the orders, but you already delivered the first one.
That's certainly not a pleasant situation to be in.
Now you have to go back to the first family you delivered to, who by now have probably noticed that they got the wrong delivery, and exchange what you gave them for what they actually ordered.
Right.
But it turns out that they didn't want to mix up. As a matter of fact, they have already started eating what they got instead. It's not so bad when they aren't angry, but now you can't exchange the orders anymore, so you have to fly back to the restaurant to get the second order remade.
Happens all the time.
As a result, the people waiting for the second order do get angry because their order has to be remade and delivered all over again.
And the plot thickens.
They complain and of course get their meal count. The restaurant can no longer sell the first order you still have, so the orders for the both families are deducted from your paycheck, and you end up eating nothing but ramen all week again, just so you can make rent this month.
That is unfortunate.
And that's why you always double check your orders, because even a small mistake can have consequences reaching further than you think.
Sometimes we just learn the hard way.
I guess so.
Anyway, what else have you been up to recently?
Do you remember the stunt flying competition I told you about?
Of course. I assume your participation is a given by now.
Actually, I'm not so sure about that. I mailed the application earlier today, so hopefully it will arrive before the deadline. Or maybe I should just fly it over myself, by showing off a few moves, that is.
You should fly over anyway to make sure you get in. It would be a shame if you couldn't enter because of technicality.
Yeah, I really should, reply. By the way, could you do me a favor?
That depends on the favor, I suppose.
It's kind of a long story, but there's something I need. You know some people at the police station, right?
Yes.
I think they're in possession of a map related to an underground building they found.
I've heard about that.
Oh, that's great. Maybe you can get them to hand it over? It doesn't even have to be the real thing. A copy would be just fine.
What do you even need it for?
Let's just say that I'm interested in doing a little investigation of the place myself.
What's so special about it?
It's supposed to be a remnant of earlier civilization, or maybe even something created by humans. Who wouldn't be interested in that? Well, what, an actual human in front of you is not enough? I can think of a few people I'd pay a visit myself. Wait, is that the facility Bruce and Sebastian were talking about? I'd pay a visit myself. See? I think if you put your word in, we could easily make it happen. How do I even ask for something like that? You could always say that humanity is interested in it. Honestly, they probably would be. Could you ask them for me, please? I think no, I can try. I'll think about it. I'll have to think about it. No promises. Thank you. I didn't know you were into archaeology. I wouldn't care as much if it turned out to be just a mold building. The whole thing about it being made by humans is what's really interesting. What's that? Well, the witch wouldn't be very mythical anymore if that was the case. We'd have proof. And that's so shortly after finding out the humans are in fact real. Yes, what a time to be alive. So you believe in all of that stuff? Believe isn't the right word when you're standing right in front of me, you know. That alone is a miracle. I get excited all over again just thinking about it. Speaking of which, all this excitement made me lose track of time. Is it that late already? Oh, actually, I have places to be, especially if I want to make sure my contest application arrives on time. Guess I should be going then, huh? For now at least, I certainly wouldn't mind if you stopped by again sometime. Will there be any magazines involved? Actually, that magazine doesn't come out that often, so we wouldn't have anything real from them. I could get a different one if you wanted to, though. Don't bother. If you say so. Anyway, I really had to go, so I'll see you around. Adine's almighty magazines, I guess. Nothing going on today. Guess I can do whatever. Meet with Remy, meet with Anna, meet with Lorem, meet with Bryce. Spend the day reading. Be a lazy. No, I don't want to be a lazy. Well, I would want to meet Remy, of course. Like I said, he's my favorite. Maybe it's better to meet some of the others. We haven't seen Lorem in a while. Let's go check on him. I went to the bar Lorem had suggested as our meeting place. When I looked around, I saw Bruce sitting at a table, talking to someone I couldn't see. I lingered on him for a second, but soon spotted Lorem in the corner of my eye. There you are! Hey, Lorem. It's good to see you. I thought you might not show up. Am I late? Well, I'm here now. I almost didn't. Am I late? You sound worried. Not at all. I got here early. I'm kinda surprised you wanted to meet me here. Don't take this the wrong way. Are you even old enough to drink? What are you talking about? Oh, I see. I can assure I am fully grown adult. My species doesn't get much bigger than this. Speaking of which, are you fully grown yet? How big do humans usually get and how do you stack up? Comparatively speaking. Oh, and would you mind if I took some notes? Before we get to that, you haven't even told me yet what exactly all this is for. Are you sure you're not a reporter? If I was, Sebastian wouldn't have me let me meet you in the first place. And I thought the uniform was just a clever disguise. It's real though. Sebastian knows I work for the local post office. Excuse me, but this still doesn't really tell me anything about why I'm here. You're a postman who wants to interview me for... what, exactly? Sorry, I guess I got ahead of myself there. Maybe a full interaction is in order, and after that, you can still decide whether you want to go through with this or not. Sounds good to me, sir. Go ahead. I already regret coming here. Yeah, right. Sounds good to me. I recently graduated college with a degree in computing and moved in here with a good friend of mine. This town doesn't exactly offer the best opportunities to put my degree to good use, though. Then why move here in the first place? Living in the city can be very expensive. I can always move later when I get a job there. I've got other plans right now, though. I'm working a video game. A video game? That sounds interesting.
that's what all this is about, a video game? Oh, you said it's going to be about something serious. Sounds interesting.
Exactly. Video games and computers are just starting to catch on in places like this town. Making good content will be very important to give a good first impression. And humans have always been a part of our media. Books, movies, and now games. With you on our side, this could be an amazing opportunity.
Well...
Oh, maybe this wasn't such a good idea after all.
And why it wasn't a good idea?
I don't know, you don't seem so thrilled about doing this anymore. Besides, your job must be really stressful, and you're probably already in the spotlight all the time. And now, to top it all off, you get some postman harassing you for an interview. If you wanted to leave, I'd get that.
Do I really want to leave when I am going to be a part of a video game? Good joke. Well, I'm already here and have nothing else to do, so let's make the most of this.
Yes, thank you.
At least I won't have to be so careful now. With a reporter, I'd have to worry about things being misinterpreted or being taken out of context.
You should still be careful. What you tell me now will influence how your entire species will be represented in my game. Don't worry though, I'll treat this delicate matter with the required fairness.
Don't get ahead, I'm sorry for it, okay. I'm sorry.
How should we do this? Let me think.
Why do you want to make this game in the first place?
I've always wanted to make a video game. I had this idea for a while and it seems now is the right time to do it. It's almost as if you arrived at the perfect moment.
I don't know, don't you think my visit will overshadow your efforts? People may not be so interested in playing a game about humans anymore if they had a real one show up.
Good point, but the vast majority won't get to meet you personally anyway. If I say I did and more of the humans in the game after you, people will flock in to get a similar experience.
Does that mean I'm going to be your game's mascot? So now I'm a part of your viral marketing campaign, great. As long as it's based on the truth, you have my support.
But does that mean I'm going to be your mascot?
That would be awesome.
I guess you could say so.
Awesome. Okay, but why focus on humans? What makes us so important?
If there's one thing that people here love, it's humans. It doesn't matter if you just see the media or believe them as mythical creatures. For me, humans were always real. I just don't know whether I'd ever get a chance to meet one myself. I guess I can cross that one off the bucket list. Now that we're here, I can tell you that no expense will be spared to make our portrayal of humans as accurate as possible.
You certainly seem passionate enough about this. Those are some messed up portraits. I'm with you on this. We got this. I'm with you on this.
For good reason, I just love humans.
If you say it like that, it actually ends up sounding pretty weird. Besides, what if I turn out to be a horrible person? What would you think about humans then?
It wouldn't change anything, because I wouldn't base my opinion of an entire species on interactions with a single individual.
Oh, my pronunciation was horrible with that one. Then what is your current opinion of a space-time?
Just the moods we have and the previous portrayals of humans in our media, but I suppose that's why I'm here talking with you right now. I want the truth and all of it.
Telling you all of it might not be such a good idea.
Oh yeah, I guess that would make a lot more time than we have today.
Anyway, what's the actual game about? What do you do?
It's a community simulation game. It all starts with the player character moving into procedurally generated community, which is inhabited by all kinds of magical creatures, humans included.
Magical creatures like humans?
Not only there are towns you move into unique, but inhabitants are too. There are various traits that get randomized both in looks and personality. There are many things you can do, but it's very open-ended and you can live your life with their way.
I read Lorem's sentences too fast.
You can live your life there however you want to do.
That sounds boring, interesting. Sounds like my kind of game. And that's exactly what it would be.
Oh, really? I couldn't ask for a better compliment than that.
What other magical creatures are there besides humans?
I haven't worked that out yet, but humans alone give us a lot of material to work with.
How so?
The question of the mythical human can be tackled in a variety of ways. There are many different interpretations of what humans are like.
For example?
In general, the mythical human can be divided into three categories. Firstly, the human as a physical creature. Secondly, the human as a non-physical entity. And thirdly, the human as a spiritual being. Let's start with the physical aspects. So, since one of our myths tells us that humans who created us eventually turned into a dragon, there is a lot of room for interpretation as to how similar humans actually are to dragons. I can see you don't have wings, but most of us are able to create fire in some way, or at least have a breath weapon. How about you?
I don't have a breath weapon as you got my morning breath. I can rub 2 sticks together with fire, does that count? Of course, I can also do things with my mind. Yeah, right. Humans with superpowers. I know. I can rub 2 sticks together and make fire. Does that count?
And actually, having hands that are dexterous enough to do that is remarkable, though. It's a bit strange, though, because our myths also say that you gave that ability to us.
Interesting.
Maybe it's meant to be taken literally, meaning that when that ability was given to us, you lost it.
Or maybe we never had it in the first place. Humans are known to have created a lot of things out of nothing. After all, we only need to discover how to create and use fire, because we didn't have the natural ability to do so. Here, proverb that sums things up pretty well.
What is it?
Necessity is the mother of invention.
So a lack of natural abilities throw innovation forward. What an interesting thought.
Here's another thing. You may have many different images of humans, but in the end, only one can be right. It's also possible that what you've been led to believe about humans doesn't actually refer to us at all.
Are you implying that you aren't a human?
No. No, I'm just saying that if you really had been in contact with humans before, as your myths imply, they would need to belong to the same species as me, and thus be very similar to myself. If they aren't, then either way weren't humans at all, or have very different origins.
So you say there is a possibility that our humans and your humans may be something different altogether? I suppose you are right in the way that our images of humans are very inconsistent. They certainly can't be all humans in the way that we would refer to single species. The name should probably be researched with yours. And we haven't even touched on the other two categories of humans.
What did you call them again?
Non-physical human entities and spiritual humans.
What's the difference?
Honestly, definitions get a bit muddled here. Going by conventional belief, a ghost could be a human who has died and thus changed into a different form. We could call this a spiritual human. An angel, on the other hand, would be classified as a non-physical entity.
What do you know about angels? I know there's angels with scaly wings. I need to make better jokes or something.
Angels basically look like humans with wings. Their existence in ancient scripts was used to lend some credence to the theories about humans having become dragons.
Because of the wings?
Exactly.
But some of your dragon species don't have wings either.
Yes, as I said, once you start delving into that kind of stuff, it all becomes very convoluted.
Convoluted? I don't know. When we met, you also told me something about four-headed human.
Right. With that we'd go in the realm of creatures that just don't make much sense at all. Having 4 heads just seems unlikely from an evolutionary perspective. That might not really matter if you were talking about non-physical entity or a spiritual being though.
So in the end you have a lot of different ideas whose only connection to each other is that you use the word human to describe them in some way.
And they shared at least some basic characteristics. You fit those as well, by the way.
What are they?
You certainly are not a reptile like us, but you don't look like a conventional mammal either.
We are mammals though.
Yes, but you are also so different from other mammals, we know that. Ultimately, you are quite unique. We don't know any other sentient mammals.
You get a point there. I'll give you that. Strangely enough, we have plenty of human-like creatures in our mythologies as well.
Oh, do tell.
You already mentioned ghosts, but some other include dwarves, giants,
fairies and blemmies? I think I've heard most of this before, but what is a blemmies?
Sorry, I burped.
Essentially, a blemmies is a human without a head.
Essentially, a blemis is a human without a head.
A human without a head? How does that work? How do they eat?
Instead of head, they just have all their facial features on their chest.
That's rather a weird mental image.
There are also a lot of half creatures that share some characteristics with humans and other animals.
Like merhumans?
Sir. Lastly, there are creatures that are said to be able to shapeshift into human form. Strangely enough, some of our dragon myths say they could shapeshift into humans, or that certain countries' royalty are descended from dragons.
That would imply that they are genetically compatible with humans.
I guess that one sounds gross. I guess.
Sounds rather outlandish if you ask me. We certainly can't shapeshift like that.
I suppose that's why they're just myths, are you sure?
I suppose that's what they just myths. Right. To be fair, we do have a lot of myths that seem quite out there as well compared to what you're like. Anyway, how come you know so much about myths?
All part of being an ambassador. Not only did I learn about dragon myths in order to compare them what you're like, but I also studied myths about creatures that are similar to humans so I could find out how similar they were to yours.
Well, you're doing an excellent job so far, and it's fun to help me a lot with my game as well.
You're going to put all of that into the game?
Let's just say it gives me some excellent material to work with.
I thought you wanted to give an accurate portrayal of humans, not just colored myths.
One species will certainly be modeled after you, but that doesn't mean we can't introduce some variety with the others. People will love it if we also bring some more of the more unusual myths to life.
I see.
But since we also want each of the normal human characters to be unique, I'd like to know how much variety there really is within your species. As I read some before, so comparing him to you already gives me a bit of an idea. But how far do these differences go exactly? When you're right here, you asked me if I was old enough to train. That leads me to believe that your average human must be a lot taller.
That's true. You could say Reza would be about average for an adult. Not that it would be impossible to get a good deal bigger than him, or even smaller than you. Those cases are rather rare and usually the result of medical conditions.
I see. What about colors? Are there any humans who are blue like me?
Not really. There is a certain spectrum of skin colors that can be lighter or darker, but so far I've seen a lot more variety in the dragons here. We do have quite a number of different eye colors, though.
Interesting.
As for things that aren't immediately visible, we also have different blood types, but I assume you know about that.
We certainly have those as well.
Some people even believe your blood type influences your personality.
That, on the other hand, is news to me.
Anything else you want to know?
Phew, we already got so much. I'll think about it, and how we can all work all this into the game.
Have you worked on any other games before?
I worked on a few small projects during the course of my studies and also entered the studio before. This is on a completely different level though.
How so?
It's my game, so I'm the one calling the shots here. It's a very different thing than just making a few graphics when you're part of a bigger team for sure.
I see. How long exactly have you been working on this?
Phew, must be several months now. I got everything planned out and a lot of the groundwork has already been done. The most difficult things are the characters themselves, to make sure all the details are accurate.
Of course. Have you shown the game to other people yet?
Sir, feedback is a very important part of the development process, so regularly gather ideas and opinions from others. I even made a website to do this.
And what do they say?
All kinds of things really. Sometimes it's hard to decide which ones have a good point and which can be disregarded. Overall, it seems there are many people who are looking forward to playing my game though.
How many are we talking about?
I don't know exactly. The counter on my website only tracks the number of visits, so I don't actually know how many different people there are.
What if it doesn't work out?
What do you mean?
Well, you're investing a certain amount of time and money into making this game. Ideally, you would make back your investment and hopefully get some profit on top of that.
If the goal is to make money, sir. However, I just want to try my hand at doing something like this. If some people are going to enjoy the end result, that's great. Don't forget that I also have made something that I can put on my resume. At the very least, it will have a good learning experience.
With that attitude, I suppose you really don't have anything to lose.
I can always look for another job, and maybe I'll end up working at the game studio. But I think once I started doing something like that, I might not get this opportunity again.
So it's now or never, huh?
In a nutshell, yes.
And that all works out with your courier job.
Sir, I can support myself this way and not really under any pressure, since I don't have any deadlines to keep.
Seems like you know what you're doing. Deadlines are a good way to ensure something gets done, though. Oh my dear, I certainly know this is true. But seems like you know what you're doing.
I'd like to think so.
What kind of tools are you using to make it? If I consider what some of your species look like, I'm having a hard time imagining how the bigger ones could program a game.
While we do have devices tailored to each individual species, I can't deny that my dexterous hands make it a lot easier compared to some of the others. One downside is that I had to keep my nails short, or else using keyboard gets a bit cumbersome.
I imagine you'd have to be careful with those while working as a courier anyway.
You're right about that. One wrong move and you suddenly shredded the letter you were just going to hand to someone.
That sounds unpleasant. You should be more careful. Who am I to judge things? That sounds unpleasant.
Luckily, that kind of thing doesn't really happen to me anymore. Not only because of the shorter nails. Once you work there for a while, you just learn to be more careful. It's a bit sad not to have them as a natural letter opener anymore though. And it's not just for me.
Some people ask me to open their letters for them, since doing that on their own can be difficult for some of the less dexterous and older ones. Have you been working as a courier for long?
I just got this job a few months ago, but I had a part-time summer job at the post office when I was growing up. My species is perfectly suited for the job, so they were glad to have me on board.
I can see why I that already. I can see why.
Of course, being able to fly is a big plus. My sense means I can deliver any big packages, but I often get assigned urgent letters that have to be delivered as soon as possible. It's getting late. Maybe I should leave it at that for today.
Yeah, I should probably head back to my apartment before it gets too dark.
I got more than enough material to work with. Thanks a lot.
Don't worry about it. I just consider it a public service.
Honestly, I'm incredibly grateful for the opportunity, especially after nearly getting denied by Sebastian when I met you.
Just make the best of it.
I certainly will.
I really have to get going now, so maybe I'll see you some other time.
Sir, have a good night.
Take care. Chapter 3. The morning sun declared the arrival of a new day and woke me from my vivid dreams. Memories of my home enclosed within a towering perimeter wall raced through my head. The arrival of a new day will be in a new video then. Let's save again first. And that'll be for this time. This is Ippe and we see you in the next video.